Most people believe that a liar cannot look you in the eye. They think a person who is being dishonest will fidget, look away, or act nervous. They are wrong. In the world of high-level deception, a professional liar will look you straight in the eyes, holding your gaze longer than a person telling the truth just to prove their supposed honesty. They use your own common sense against you. But while the mouth can rehearse a story, and the eyes can force a stare, the subconscious mind is always screaming the truth through microsignals that are impossible to control. Today, we are going to move beyond the myths and decode the true biological signatures of deception. We are going to explore the 7 subconscious signs that someone is lying to your face, and you must pay absolute attention to sign number 4. It is a micro-reflex that happens in less than half a second, and even the most trained manipulators cannot hide it once they are under pressure. I am your host, and this is the Human Decoded. Before we dive into the signs, you must understand the concept of baseline. To catch a liar, you first need to know how they act when they are telling the truth. How do they move their hands when they talk about their favorite food? How often do they blink when they are relaxed? Once you establish a baseline, any deviation becomes a hot spot. The first sign of a hot spot is eye-accessing cues. Despite what you've seen in movies, there is no single lying eye direction. However, in dark psychology, we track the shift between construction and recall. When most right-handed people look up and to the right, they are accessing the creative part of their brain. They are constructing an image or a story that doesn't exist. When they look up and to the left, they are recalling a genuine memory. If you ask someone what they did last Saturday and their eyes immediately dart to the right, their brain is currently in build mode. They aren't remembering, they are inventing. The second sign is the linguistic delay, or what we call the anchor word. Have you ever asked someone a direct question, and before answering, they repeat the question back to you? Or perhaps they start their sentence with words like, to be honest, frankly, or to tell you the truth. These are linguistic stalling tactics. Their brain is struggling with the cognitive load of maintaining a lie while trying to sound natural. By repeating your question, they are buying themselves 3 seconds of precious time to fabricate a plausible answer. A person telling the truth doesn't need to announce that they are being honest. Their honesty is evident in the directness of their response. If someone feels the need to anchor their honesty with verbal fillers, it's because the foundation of their story is already crumbling. The third sign is the disconnected gesture. In a natural conversation, our gestures and our words happen almost simultaneously because they both come from the same emotional source. But when someone is lying, there is a lag. For example, if someone says, "Yes, I agree with you," but they wait a split second before nodding their head, or if they shake their head slightly while saying, "Yes," their body is betraying their spoken words. This is called a non-verbal leakage. The subconscious mind knows the truth and is trying to express it, even as the conscious mind forces out a lie. Watch the hands and the head. If they aren't perfectly synced with the voice, the person in front of you is playing a character, not telling a story. Now, we reach the fourth sign, the one that even the elites cannot hide, the micro-itch. When a human being experiences the stress of a lie, the body releases chemicals called catecholamines. These chemicals cause the delicate tissues inside the nose and on the neck to swell slightly, creating a faint tingling or itchy sensation. If you see someone touch their nose, rub their earlobe, or pull at their collar immediately after making a bold claim, you are witnessing a biological reflex to the stress of deception. They aren't itchy because of dust. They are itchy because their nervous system is reacting to the fear of being caught. This is the Pinocchio effect in real life, and it is almost impossible to suppress because it is a direct result of blood flow changes in the face. The fifth sign is the blink rate spike. Under normal circumstances, a human blinks about 15 to 20 times per minute. But when someone enters the deception zone, their blink rate changes in a very specific pattern. While they are actually telling the lie, their blink rate may slow down significantly as they focus intensely on the fabrication. But immediately after the lie is delivered, their blink rate will skyrocket, sometimes doubling or tripling. This is the brain's way of resetting after a high-stress task. It is the physiological sigh of relief. If someone delivers a story with a cold, unblinking stare and then follows it with a flurry of rapid blinks, they have just finished a mental marathon of dishonesty. The sixth sign is the protective barrier. When people feel vulnerable or exposed by a lie, they subconsciously try to protect their vital organs. You will see them suddenly cross their arms, lean back away from you, or place an object, like a coffee cup or a laptop, between you and them. They are creating a physical wall because they feel psychologically attacked by the truth. They might also cover their suprasternal notch, the small dip at the base of the throat, which is a universal sign of feeling threatened or uncomfortable. If the conversation was open and relaxed, but suddenly becomes guarded and blocked, you have hit a nerve that the liar is desperate to protect. Finally, the seventh sign is the over-detailing trap. Truthful people speak in global terms. If you ask them where they were, they say, "I was at the mall." A liar, however, feels that a simple answer isn't convincing enough. They will provide an avalanche of unnecessary details: the color of the floor tiles, the exact song playing in the background, the name of the person standing 3 spots ahead of them in line. They think these details make the story more believable, but in reality, it is a sign of overcompensation. They are trying to bury the lie under a mountain of useless facts. When the why and the how become too complex for a simple question, you are no longer listening to a memory. You are listening to a script. Detecting a lie isn't about finding one single smoking gun. It is about looking for clusters. One nose itch might mean nothing, but a nose itch combined with a blink spike and a linguistic delay is a mathematical certainty of deception. By learning to decode these 7 signs, you are no longer a victim of people's words. You are a witness to their subconscious. You are developing a second sight that allows you to see the reality behind the mask. The next time someone tells you a story that feels off, stop listening to their voice and start watching their shadow. The truth is always there, hidden in the microseconds. Which of these signs have you noticed in your own life? Have you ever caught someone in a lie because of a tiny micro-itch or a shift in their eyes? Share your lie detection stories in the comments below. Let's build a community that sees through the noise. In our next episode, we will decode the charisma code, the psychological triggers that make certain people magnetic and how you can use them to influence any room. The mask is coming off. Until next time, keep your eyes sharp and keep decoding.